What's up, everybody? All right, this is Roger, Working Man Cigars. So, it's a little bit windy today. Hopefully the wind's not messing it up. But I got an exciting one for tonight. I'm gonna be smoking the Plasencia Year of the Tiger. I've been really excited about smoking this cigar. I've been waiting and looking at it, and I really wanted to smoke the cigar because I am a huge Plasencia fan. So the Year of the Tiger, I really wanted to try it. And luckily this video is pretty much brought to you by Master Your Ash, Michael Prisdell, Master Your Ash. And he sent this over to me, so I'm very grateful for that because I have really wanted to try this stick. It's an expensive cigar, so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get started here. To try to get the humidity thing down, it was a little bit moist, but it wasn't too bad. And like I had mentioned a few days ago, I tried to put a humidimeter in it to check it, and as soon as I put it in, I could hear it start to crack. So I just stopped because I have damaged a few caps by doing that. So I just figured I'm just gonna cut it a little bit and do the feel test, and it feels good. The draw is good. It's good to go. All right, so very good. A little bit of spice, tiny bit of spice. I got a weird taste, not a bad taste, like it reminded me of a type of spice, like a leaf. Like, you know how you can buy, in like Mexican stores, you can buy like little bay leaves, dry leaves, and little like spice leaves, I'm not sure, but it kind of reminded me of the smell of that. I have seen a lot of reviews on this, right? And some reviews are great, and then some, like John from Cigar Alchemist, I believe he had a huge problem with this cigar because the construction ended up being pretty bad, and then it happened to a few other people. So I'm excited to smoke this one, but I am a little bit worried. I'm trying to be very careful. Like, I'm used to biting on my cigars while I take a draw, but I'm really don't want to do it with this one. So yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of spice in my mouth right now. Good cigar, starting off well. The wrapper is very thin. I could see that the wrapper is like very tight on the wrapper's on here really tight. It's like sucked onto the cigar. So pretty cool. So I've been wanting to smoke this cigar really bad. So I've been waiting for the chance to be able to smoke it. I'm gonna try to shorten these things down. I know that they can get kind of long, so I have been wanting to try to shorten them down. I think I've rambled on enough about random things so that I probably don't need to keep doing that. The other day I shot a video though. Here's a quick thing real quick. So I shot a video the other day, right? On my phone. I've never shot like videos on my phone besides like a few shorts, but I shot a video on the phone and I wanted to kind of act like it was alive. I wanted to do like no edits, just record a video, put it out. And I mentioned that in the video, right? I was like, I'm gonna do I had a really tough day at work and I really wanted to just stress out, de-stress, and I wanted to smoke an añejo, Arturo Fuente añejo, extra viejo that I've been saving, and I wanted to smoke that cigar really bad. And it seemed like the perfect cigar, but I didn't want to do a review and I didn't want to have to bring out lights and you know, move all this stuff. So I just thought, I'm not gonna do it. But then I figured I have been wanting to do a review, or I have been wanting to smoke this cigar. I've been wanting to do a long form video, which all my videos are long form, right? But I wanted to do a long one where I could kind of speak my mind and kind of go a little bit more into myself. Not myself necessarily, but like the channel goals and stuff. And so I figured, oh cool, this way I can smoke my cigar and do it. And I've done this a few times, to be honest. I've done this a few times where I talk about things that I've been wanting to talk about, and then the video was like an hour and 15 minutes long and my battery died. So I stopped the video, but I still had quite a bit of my cigar left. So I started rewatching the video, and obviously I didn't post it because it's like, man, this thing's so long and it's not really cigar related. So I don't think it's more trade related, right? It's trade related because I'm really, really passionate about the plumbing trade, and I want to make videos about that, but this isn't the right channel for that. So I just don't end up putting them out. But I do think some people would appreciate it because they either have somebody that they know that would want to get into the trades, or they are curious about it themselves, or I don't know, you know, maybe. The wrapper's coming off in the back a little bit. Fuck. Just got to be very careful. The best cigar that I've smoked in the last like 2 weeks or so has been the Plasencia Alma del Fuego and the Robusto. The Lancero though was good as well. It started off from the beginning, it was good, and it stayed good all the way through. So that was crazy, because that cigar stayed really good all the way through. This one's starting off okay, but I'd be lying if I said it started off as good as the Plasencia Alma de Fuego. But I kind of wanted to go into, I just saw a hilarious video before coming out here. I told you guys I consume a lot of cigar content, man, a lot. If you watch videos of any YouTubers that create content, not just big ones, even small ones that I like, if you look at the comments, you're gonna see me there, because I watch a ton of cigar content. And I just finished watching a video by EKB Vintage Cigar. So this is gonna be more kind of cheeseman stuff. So if you guys don't wanna listen to that, you can fast forward to when I go back into the cigar. I'm gonna be going over it a little bit, but I'll probably check back in on the second, third. And I'll probably put a timestamp for when you should fast forward to if you don't want to listen to the cheeseman. Cheeseman in Spanish is what we call like gossip, like drama, you know, cheeseman. Like I said, I watch a ton of cigar content, right? Not just cigar content, I watch a ton of YouTube content, a ton of stuff. Everything from podcasting to woodworking to trade stuff, plumbing videos, cooking videos. Man, I watch cooking videos, barbecuing videos. I watch a bunch of stuff. I kind of know how content creators feel and how they you know, because they eventually voice their opinions. Just like you're going to hear me say something sometimes. When you watch certain videos, you hear certain things and you hear them talk about certain subjects and certain people and certain things. And cigar content has it a little bit, but cigar content is kind of weird. The cigar community on YouTube and Instagram, they're very helpful. They're very generous. They're not very, even if there is some hate and some envy and stuff, you don't really see it that much. It doesn't get spoken of. Opposed to like other things in YouTube, they use that for views. Like they'll use the drama to create more drama to then create more views. And some people can say it's great that cigar content doesn't have that. And I think it is good, because I would hate to be on the wrong end of that kind of attention, right? But it does bring more eyes to like the content stuff. So that's why people do it. So I don't think it's a completely bad thing, because if I thought it was completely bad, I wouldn't be watching it. And I do watch some shit like, what? I like this guy and he's talking about this guy, like I'm gonna see what he said. Or you wanna hear responses, and they do response videos on response. And so cigar content doesn't have that. I thought for a second, I'm always thinking Pig Jimmy's about to start that shit. I'm always like, dude, Pig Jimmy's about to let something go. Pig Jimmy's about to say some stuff. But he hasn't to this day, not really hardcore. Actually, he has said people's names, like he went hard at the Burn Down podcast. But EKB just went at Lee Mack, right? If you guys watch cigar content, you know who Lee Mack is. He does a lot of, he's like one of the old heads in cigar content. And I do watch his videos. Like I said, I watch a lot of stuff. But I don't have notifications on for him, you know, because I don't go out of my way to watch his videos, because it's not really, I like long form content, and he does long form content, but I think his stage of his life isn't as interesting to me, opposed to like a lot of people find it interesting. So a lot of people watch it, but I don't watch it because it doesn't really interest me too much, right? EKB's lives, I like watching his lives because he's talking about life and his struggles, and I like his attitude towards life. So in cigar content, you don't see people like clashing with each other, but EKB Vintage Cigar just went at Lee Mack and put him in the title of his video, put a picture of him, like called him a narcissist. And I just thought, damn, that's wild, because I've never seen that in cigar content. Fuck, you guys, I lost the wrapper on the back. I'm gonna have to deep throat this thing to freaking get a good draw on it, because it just took off a lot of the wrapper. Shit. I realized in the beginning, in the early stages, that cigar content was different than a lot of other content creation, because I would like people's videos, and big creators would respond to my comment. They'll watch my videos. If I watch some of their videos, they'll come on my videos. And I'm talking about big people, man. I'm talking about big creators, you know? they would respond to my stuff. And I remember thinking like, damn, I have no subscribers, and this guy who's been doing it for a while, and these guys are liking my videos and responding to my comments. When in a lot of other content creation, if the newer content creators are always trying to reach out to bigger ones, and they're always like on guard to not give those people any shine, right? It's like common. So like as a new content creator, you have to be aware of that too, and you don't want to seem like you're you're trying to do stuff to get stuff, because then it's not genuine, you know, then it's not real. But I think some people can see through that. But cigar content's so helpful. The only other place that I've seen people be this helpful, and I think I've said this before, is in like woodworking content creation. Because those guys will do cameos in each other's videos. Like a guy will be like, hand me a tool, and then out of nowhere it's another huge content creator like in their shop, but they're walking with the tool and throwing it at these guys, and it's like, oh shit, man, this guy must have hit him up and said, hey, can you do a cameo in my video? And instead of one guy saying, well, I have more subscribers than you, how's that gonna help me out? No, like they help each other out. And I always thought that was cool, because I'm used to seeing the drama, the chisme, the freaking, you know, the back and forth. On most content creators, that's how most content creation, that's how it is. But there is that drama thing. It's always there. Some people are always gonna, you know, hate on each other, have envy, and you could either let it go and not talk about it, or some people can talk about it and it'll bring up, it'll kind of create a little bit more eyes around it. More people want to know and more people will watch, which at the end of the day, more eyes on cigar content and stuff it is good. It is good. Like I imagine that if a lot of people loved cigar content, YouTube would have a bigger problem trying to kick them off or not supporting cigar content if they thought a ton of their viewers were going to be pissed if they messed with it. That's what I think. Maybe I'm naive, maybe they don't care, but that's what I hope for. And I kind of think that. So, but when you do it in a petty way, right? And Lee Mack had done a video where he was talking about guys that they weren't in making videos anymore, right? And he's like, oh, like this guy doesn't make videos. Oh, this is too hard for you. Oh, you know, but then he does do that whole, well, I'm having a great day kind of thing. And I love that type of energy. I love positive energy. In the videos that I've never published, you guys, I'm talking about how I've had mental health struggles where I've made myself unhappy, thinking things aren't good, things aren't enough, where I've been truly blessed. And I realize that now. I've never been hungry. I've never been wanting for something. My kids have always been well. But you can find that out of 9 good things, that one bad thing you can zone in on, and it's still not good for you. So I support that type of positive energy where people are just repeating good positive energy. But then, like in Lee Mac's case, he throws that in there, but then he throws all these like underhanded kind of negative, like kick you while you're down kind of thing. And it's like, come on, man, like that's not. He also said another thing, a person he went at the video where I was like, whoa. He was like, where are all my content creators that make content? Who's not doing content anymore? He's like, Martin Amaya. Oh wait, he is doing content. He's like, but nobody's watching. And then he started laughing, and I thought, man, that's not cool, because I like Martin Amaya. I support him. He's a cool guy. I can't say we're friends because I'm not close to him, but I've spoken to him enough. I'm friends with people who consider him a really good friend. So to me, by association, my friends wouldn't be cool with him if he wasn't a cool guy. So I just thought, I'm not even gonna watch this shit. That bothered the crap out of me. I thought, man, why is he like? Martin Amaya had his channel taken down, and I'm not sure of the history. But all I know is he lost his channel and then he's getting it back now, and he doesn't have the same viewership. So like, why would you say that? And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna give my thoughts on that, right? But EKB doesn't talk about positivity. He doesn't talk about being like all this stuff, not directly, right? But he says it in other ways. Like I remember I saw his a video where he was talking about, on one of his lives, he was talking about how when he was in Japan, he had like a pretty, like a, he didn't say racist, but I'll say it was like a little bit of a racist like reaction from some people out there. One story that he gave, and where a guy like didn't even want to touch him, and he was like an older Japanese gentleman, but then he was like, yeah, but then I have so many more stories of like when this happened to me, and I was at a restaurant, and I was singing, and they wanted to take pictures of me, and so he chose to, even though he shared that downside of living somewhere where there's still prejudice and people view, there's older people who view certain races a certain way, he then automatically jumped to a positive story and like said how most of his encounters are those positive ones with the very few like negative ones. So he chooses to focus and zone in on the positive ones. You know, he didn't have to do that whole, he didn't have to go over the top and say like positivity and this and that. But he said all he needed to with his stories. And I remember thinking, this guy's a true person, a person that truly wants to push happiness and motivate people to kind of be happy. Which, if you're young, when you're young, you don't care about this stuff, right? You think this is like people talking about positivity and being happy and enjoying life. You think when you're young, you have so much life ahead of you that you don't care. But when you start getting older, you start thinking like, damn, I don't have, who knows how much time I have. You start having people in your family start passing away, and you think, okay, I need to enjoy my life because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. And life is too short to be unhappy or focused on negative stuff or zoning in on the bad stuff when there's so many good things happening around me. Okay, so back on the cigar. So far, smoking good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the greatest draw because the wrapper is very, the wrapper towards the top is very messed up, and it's like I'm trying to suck through a straw with a hole in it. The flavors are really good though. It's starting to taste, the flavors are starting to pick up. I'm getting a little bit more of that little sweetness, that like charred kind of marshmallowy sweetness that I always talk about. I'm not getting the molasses type of sweetness because that usually happens to me when the cigar's a little bit more richer, but this one's not. So I'm getting more of that like light marshmallowy sweetness. Thanks to Michael Prisdell, Master Ash, for this cigar because it's such a good cigar and I'm really enjoying it. More than the Alma de Fuego, I don't know. I don't think so. I think that cigar I liked more, maybe because the draw was better and it felt more secure. And that video for me was fun to make. You know, for those of you that haven't seen that video, that was the video comparing sizes. And for that video, I had my wife come in here and help me shoot the video and stuff. And it was a fun video. And the first video I shot kind of like when the sun was barely coming down, so it felt like the energy felt different for me. People were talking about how a lot of reviewers just say a cigar is good and they're not able to pick up notes and they're just making things up. That's why I never say I'm reviewing these cigars. If I do say that, it's an accident. I'm meaning I'm just smoking a cigar, telling you how I like it, and you guys can follow along. I'm never gonna tell you guys not to smoke a cigar. Even if the cigar is bad for me, I might say this cigar was not good for me or whatever, but I'm not really gonna put a price value on a cigar. I'm not gonna grade a cigar, scale a cigar from 1 to 10 because I have not been smoking long enough to be able to be like an authority in that fact, to be like, don't smoke that cigar because it's not good. Because I can't tell anybody that. So all I can do is kind of bring you along for the ride and tell you how I like it. And so far, this cigar, I'm really happy about it. Even if the draw's messed up, even if the wrapper's messed up, and maybe it's because it was gifted to me. If I would have bought it, maybe I'd be a little bit more pissed. But to me, it's worth it. I'm just covering up this little hole on the side so I can take a good draw, and it's a great cigar. And I'm not gonna diss a cigar of a guy that I really look up to, that he sent me something. So I'm enjoying the cigar. If I didn't like it though, I would say I didn't like it, but I'm liking it. It does have a stacked ash, which is cool because I don't usually get that. So it's the ash on this is really good. I like it. The ash on this thing is cool to look at. Flaky ash, but it's not like a compact white ash. It's got some darkness in there, but it's cool, man. I'm enjoying the stick, so I'll go ahead and check back in as soon as I get farther down in it. All right, so it's the first. You're gonna see me in sweaters now a little bit more because it's starting to get cold, which is weird. But you can tell that I smoked this cigar down quite a bit. I've been enjoying this cigar. Very enjoyable. The draw's getting harder and harder to take. It's getting harder and harder to draw just because of the issues with the wrapper. But I'm scared to take off the band because I'm pretty sure it's gonna rip. I'm getting a bit of a floral note now. I lost that little bit of that toasty sweetness, but it still had like a little subtle sweetness, and it's a good cigar. Now, this cigar was, I think it was a Toro. This cigar was a pretty lengthy cigar, and one thing that I always say when it's a good cigar, for me, I think this is, some cigars get dark and they get very complex and they get very, like a different taste towards the end when the smoke has been kind of going through it. And this one has not done that. This is what I call clean smoke, right? You guys have heard me say this before. It's got very clean smoke, and that's what this feels like. No burn on the retrohale. Even when there's pepper, sometimes there's still a clean smoke, which the retrohale doesn't leave like a nasty aftertaste or a nasty aroma, and this one's very clean, which what else can you expect from Plasencia? But I wanted to take off the band, but I'm gonna wait to do it right now. It's a good cigar though. This is a very good cigar. I think this cigar is like 60 bucks though, so could I recommend trying the cigar for $60? I don't know. I received the cigar. Would I have bought it if I had the chance to? Yeah, because nothing happened to it. Cool. I thought it was gonna be done, but no. Took off the wrapper and it didn't break anymore, so that's good. I was expecting it to break because it was making some funky noises. But all right, guys, that's pretty much it. The burn has been a little bit wonky, but it's been okay. The cigar was really good. Again, if I had the chance to purchase the cigar, if I saw it at my B&M, well, actually, no, if I saw it online, the only way I've seen these cigars has been kind of in a sampler, right, with like other cigars. And they sometimes throw it in with other cigars that maybe I wouldn't want to buy. So I didn't want to spend the money on buying this one along with some other cigars. So that's why I didn't get it. But I did want to try it, and the fact that Michael Prisdell sent it over, I'm really grateful for that, because I got to try the cigar and I didn't have to buy like a sampler for it. So it's hard for me to recommend people buying it. Again, this is subjective, right? All I can do is tell you whether I liked it, whether I didn't, and I enjoyed this cigar. Like, if I see it again and I don't have to buy it in a sampler, I would buy it again. The construction on this one wasn't bad. Besides the wrapper being damaged all in the back here and the draw being kind of tight, but for $60, it'd be kind of tough, right? I don't know. For those of you that like want to try cigars, and even if it's expensive, you don't want to hear if the cigar's good or not. You want to try it yourself. If you're a Plasencia fan and you're thinking, man, I wonder how that cigar would turn out. I mean, all I can do is say, buy it, right? Buy it and try it. And I'm very careful about saying that because it's an expensive cigar, and I would hate for somebody to buy it and then theirs is unsmokable, like some other people's had experience like that. So I would feel bad about that. So all I can do is say, so I got to be careful about that. But it has been a very good cigar, and that's pretty much all I could say. I'm gonna nub this cigar. I'm gonna smoke it down as much as I can, and that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm gonna try to keep these things shorter. Sorry for this video being mostly about the drama focus, but I'm gonna end up nubbing the cigar, you guys. And again, thank you for watching. Leave comments. In a lot of my videos, I do notice that a lot of you guys write comments. A lot of you guys like the videos. A lot of guys just write quick comments like good video or keep it up. And I know that a lot of people are doing that just because they know it helps the creator, it helps the algorithm, it helps you on YouTube. And I know that a lot of people are doing that just to help me, and I really appreciate it, man, because when I was watching a lot of content before I was making content, to be truthful, I didn't comment a lot. You know, I liked videos, but I didn't comment. And so for people to go through and comment on my videos just to try to help my channel and stuff, I'm extremely grateful for that, you guys, because I'm ashamed to say I didn't do it much before I had started making content. I did it towards the end because I was getting more interested, but I would only do it if I was going to ask questions. But I used to think, why am I going to ask a question? I'm not going to get an answer. But with the cigar community, it's different. If you guys notice, I respond to every single comment. If you guys have any question, even bad comments that I've gotten, which is not, I've only got one. I shouldn't say every bad, I don't get bad comments. You guys are cool. But you guys should be, if you guys have any negative thing to say, you should say it. You know, I'll address it. And if you guys have recommendations. But if you guys, I read other people's comments when they're like, hey, get to the point, you ramble too much on like other people's channels. I always think, damn it, if you guys tell me that, I can't do shit about that, you guys. I can't. I've tried. So like, unless it's a short, it's gonna be a 30-minute video, right? Or close to it. But thanks for watching, you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.